ever had post-nut clarity?
Yeah.
Every time.
Yes,
and then I rush home and I take a shower and it doesn't stop. And then I smell it on my fingers. It's in my jacket. It's in my car. I feel disgusting.
I've only had it one time, and
I've had mid-sex clarity, dude. I've had sex
mid-clarity is so funny.
It happened to me once because I was fucking a fatty girl.
Whoa.
And she was on her back, and weirdly, her fat made her face dysmorph and change.
Oh, Jesus
I was
Christ.
looking at her, I was like, who the fuck am I fucking already? I forgot.
The back of Voldemort's head.
So that's a mid-nut clarity. Anyway, I'm just saying, fucking is most of the time when you fucking for the first time with someone disappointing.
Communication.
No, it's communication.
No,
It's not,
bro,
it's never...
if you don't know how to talk, it's gonna suck, bro. And I tell this to girls too, because I've had girls who complain to like friends, you know what I'm saying? Who are like, oh, I don't come. I'm like, do you talk to them?
Yeah.
And
Coach
they're
them.
like,
Coach them.
like, no, like that's weird. What am I supposed to say? So, fucking say what you like. And then they say what, and then by you saying what you like, they say what they're like, and then you guys can like things together. Like, bro, one time I was fucking a girl, I was like, what do you like? She's like, what do you mean?
I'm like, that's
I'm like,
facts.
What do you like? She was just getting, I think she's got to have a long relationship or something. She's like, I usually just kind of like lay there and he does. And you do what you want.
And he just uses me as a flashlight.
Like, what the fuck?
Would be just agreeing with
Before we get off the fucking conversation, have you guys realized that rough sex is no longer rough sex? That choking and slapping is just normal?
Yeah.
Bro, I've had girls that were like, I'm like, are you into like rough sex? They're like, no. I'm like, oh, so you don't like choking or hair pulling? They're like, oh no, I like choking and hair pulling. I just
standard.
thought you
stock
meant
material.
rough. It's no longer rough sex. Rough sex is normal sex, and rough sex is fucked
It's
up
fucking
sex.
domestic violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh had a whole...
My job was editing porn, so like I when someone says like rough sex, I'm like so like bruising. Like, is that what you want? Yeah. So now if a girl is like moaning and I know that it's fake, I'm like I
go soft immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
When a girl asks me, can you slap me? It's over.
I throw an elbow. Just keep him guessing.
No. Sign on this fucking paper, bitch. It's on. I'm just kidding.
That's when we got fucked up, when people are like signing consent forms.
Bro, I've been prepped for that. Like I've been like since I was a youngin', I knew I'm like, yo, if I get famous, like I know I'm keeping consent forms everywhere because I don't want to get caught in no shit about nothing. Cause it's like a fear of mine, right? Like I've over asked. Like I'm like, yo, you're okay with this? Yeah. I'll be mid-sex. You're okay with this, right? Cause I fucking never want to be near none of that. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, I was like, yeah, I have consent forms all over the house. Like that way, like even if the girl, because if a girl tries to like try to fuck on you on the couch, you're not gonna be like 1 second and run upstairs to the bedroom to get your consent forms. Like you just
keep him so far away that they're like, forget
I
about
would
it.
keep it next to the bed with a little come on,
stamp, like
with a little needle, and I would just puncture their fingers. Sign with your blood, bitch. Let's keep going.
Right.
I'm just kidding. But my goal would be to have a girlfriend that I wouldn't cheat on. But it feels
My goal in life is to not cheat on my woman.
But it feels like far-fetched when you hear about all of this rock star lifestyle. So I'm like, I hope I'm a good person. But
That's not how that works.
I guess I'm a good person, but might...
You're already thinking about it as like this like rock star lifestyle. Like...
No, I'm just saying, when you watch a movie about the real story about a superstar, it's always like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Fucking Motley Crue, like who?
Anybody. Johnny Cash. Ray Charles. Ray Charles was touching the fucking wrist.
Yo, Ray Charles is a player touching
Ray
wrists
Charles was just
and
touching
shit.
wrists and be like, yo, this wrist is worth... Fuck my family.
Yeah, it was
Margie, right?
Yeah.
Well, look, Margie, from now on, you guys are going to be called the Raylettes.
I find it whack that there's people that want multiple wives.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that?
I can imagine that, and it makes a lot of sense, actually.
What, one for each day? What do you...
No, not the idea of multiple wives, but the idea of polyamory and like loving multiple people. I do believe in it.
But the polyamory thing, let me tell you this. I know that it exists. I know people do it, and I'm sure there's happy ones. I ain't never seen a happy polyamorous relationship. It's always one person with a tear trickling down their eye as their significant other's getting pelted. That's just what I've seen. That's just what I've seen. I'm not saying...
Like, there's this idea that, like, oh, because you're in a relationship, you shouldn't think about other girls, and you shouldn't do this, and
No,
you should... or you shouldn't act on that. And it's like, if you want to, why shouldn't you?
Yeah,
Just because of this agreement that you're not supposed to. But like, the idea is that if you love someone, you want them to be happy. You want them to have the things that they have. You don't need ownership of them to prove that you love them. When you think of girlfriends, you're thinking of a monogamous girlfriend. That's someone that you talk to all the time, you spend your every other day with or whatever, right? But polyamorous relationships don't base, because there's no ownership, because there's no like, we need to stick together, you spend as much time with them as you want. Sure. So like, there are polyamorous relationships where you're with one girlfriend every second day, but you're with one girlfriend only every second week. You know what I'm saying? And they do their thing and you do your thing, and they're with you by choice. And that's the fundamental, I think, better part of polyamory than monogamy, is that everything is your choice.
I think that applies for monogamy as well. Like, I believe that monogamous relationships are, you're also choosing every day.
But I've seen way too many people stay in monogamous relationships they are not happy in.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Just because of pressures of not wanting to break up, just because you get your life so entangled with someone. Like, that's the other thing about a polyamory. You're able to keep your own life. Monogamy, your life becomes completely entangled. Like, people also discount the fact that monogamy is a spectrum in a sense. There are people who are monogamous to each other but swing on the weekends, or monogamous to each other but porn is considered cheating. So I think polyamory is just taking that extra step to define your relationship the way you want. That's a good way. That's
a better way of saying it.
I like the contract of someone telling me, I'm not going to break your heart out of sudden.
No, but it's like, look, it's like with everything, polyamory and monogamy, both people have to be on board with what they entail and exercise them like in a healthy way.
But the thing is that too many people put the us ahead of the you, and they're living fucking unhappy lives.
Absolutely. But you gotta, that just comes down to relationships, and that's another reason why, like,
relationships in general. I don't know.
No, obviously I get polyamory. It's obviously just not for me, but I also think that the only thing that I do think is that it's a symptom of modern times. You know what I mean? Like, it's
definitely because we have more option than ever.
Access, you know what I'm saying? And we're more. You know?
I feel like if the world had less possessions and less need for ownership, there would be less fighting in general, outside of relationships, just in general, bro.
No, I definitely agree with the possession thing. I think that has more to do with marriage than it does with monogamy, because monogamy doesn't necessarily mean marriage.
No, but it still means like you're mine and I'm yours. That's what monogamy means.
I think
sure. But what's up?
I think that's how you see it, but I think it's exactly what you describe as polyamory. But it's just, you should see a monogamous relationship as it is, because you don't possess anybody. If she feels like she's not comfortable with you anymore, the only deal between you is that she tells you before she goes to fuck somebody else. Yeah. But you're still free to do whatever you want. I just like the fact that I know, if she ever fucking hates me, she's not gonna play in my back and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like, it takes it, but that's exactly it. It just has to do with, I think the issue with monogamy has less to do with the idea of monogamy and more to do with how everybody is just interfacing with people.
Communication.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this too. You hate people like French people mostly because they have something about Anglophone people, right?
I don't hate French people. I hate
what they did in World War II.
No, I just hate the kind of stuck-upness they have about their language. That they're not allowed. Like, we're not allowed to speak English, and we're not allowed to have our own language, and it needs to be, and everything needs to be.
It's the same reason why Israel exists. It's like, I'm half joking, where it's just like.
I know what you mean.
I thought you were gonna say half Jewish.
It's being scared of losing your identity.
But it feels like insecurity.
It is.
It feels
That's
like
exactly
it
what
feels
it
like
is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it feels like.
I mean, the Jews have a little bit more of a reason to be insecure than the French.
It feels like those dudes who are like so like, I'm not gay. Like, French is just like, we're not English. Like, we're not gay. Like, we're not English. Like, no, we're not English. We're French, guys. Like, bro, some dude lost his shit, bro.
Okay, but let me speak to my French people 2 seconds. Hey, le calice. Là, tu vois ce que ça fait, là? Il vient de dire, là, je sais pas si t'as compris, il a dit... Il vient de dire, lui, ce qui l'énerve, c'est parce qu'on les accepte pas, nous autres, les Anglais. Lui, ça ne dérange pas, là, comment qu'on parle sans Christ, c'est comment qu'on l'accepte pas.
OK, mange de la marde. Manger de la marde. Tu sais, c'est...
Because I want to speak English too. I want people to.
You're
learn
allowed to
even though
speak
I
English.
You know, I don't hate the French language. I don't want to be forced to do it too. You know, it's weird. Let us all live in harmony. But Anglophone people now have something against us now. It's weird.
Yeah, that's why I don't speak French.
Yeah, that's why they don't speak French. See, motherfuckers.
Bro, they literally created their own enemy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay, let's wreck your vocals.
Are you ready?
I don't have the last line.
Oh, good.
But like, fuck it.
I've been searching so long for a place I could lay and feel like I'm home somewhere I could stay for days on my own and not have to escape the faces unknown. I know I'm far away from perfect, but every day I keep working with a dark face in my curtains. That little voice, it keeps lurking and it won't give up, won't shut up, so I drown them out.
Now it's my turn.
Oh, well, let's listen. Right now.
I've been searching so long for a place I could lay and feel like I'm home somewhere I could stay for days on my own and not have to escape the faces unknown. I know they won't give up, won't shut up, so I drown them out close enough. I don't want the vibe on my space. I work on my peace and not on my play.
That everything was perfect about
yeah?
that.
Okay,
everything was
cool.
perfect about that except for that last thing, which is
play
the
is?
auto tune. Yeah, but that's the auto tune. But right now it's like perfect.
know,
It's
we can have
perfect.
a
You
little
killed
bit
it.
more
For
to go.
real?
Thank
For real? Yeah, that's like
Thank you.
a very choice.
I like doing one take for my verses because I feel like it builds. You know what I'm saying?
When you wanna make it dance again, Shawty wanna be there alone. Feeling with me 'cause you know I can. Feeling lonely when she there alone. Baby, please don't let me dance again. When you wanna make it dance again, Shawty wanna be there alone. Feeling with me 'cause you know I can. Feeling lonely when she there alone. Baby, please don't let me dance again. Feeling lonely. Feeling low, my baby, she knows.
I hope you like what we produced today, everybody. Welcome to the WavGarden. Only good vibes here. It was MiQ The Burb Boy. Don't ever mispronounce that shit again. It's Mike, not Mick.
Say, who the fuck is Bird Boy?
Who the fuck is Burb Boy?